Hey y'all, my name is Shan. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast. This is a series for Black fathers because Black fathers matter. Black fathers matter to me. Black fathers matter to my children. Black fathers matter when it comes to my brothers, my mentors, my friends. They matter because they set the tone for who our children look up to. They set the tone for how men, women, children, and other elderly people feel protected, feel like, everything they've struggled for was for a good cause because they've seen who they've become. And I want to, I just want to shine a light on them and hear from them in a perspective that sometimes goes unheard because no one cares to ask. Sometimes people look at fathers as if, oh, that's nothing. They're supposed to do that. Why would we, thank you for doing something you're automatically supposed to do? You shouldn't look for any, praise or any thank yous for that. That's standard. That's the basics. Do what you're supposed to do. But when you have a father that's there, that's consistent, that's available, that's attentive, that's caring, that's thoughtful, versus an absent father, versus a father that thinks his life and his now is more important than the child's future. There's a difference. There's a clear difference. And I just want to show appreciation. So this series, I've interviewed many fathers from different places, different backgrounds. And I really just want to pick their brains with different questions. So thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast, and I hope you enjoy. So let me tell you about Kaam. Kaam is a dad that is very determined to show up in his daughter's life in the best way possible. And if you see him, he looks like he has a plan all the time. And he's very focused. He could be a light in the room. He's open-minded and he's welcoming. But the love he carries about his child, it illuminates on him. And that is special because I know when his daughter gets older, she's going to take good care of him very well. And he's very intentional about how he shows up in his daughter's life and how he treats the people around his daughter to be the example of everything he's pouring into her. And that is something all fathers should think about when it comes to their daughters, when it comes to their sons, is not only to teach and tell your children, but to also be the example you talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy Kaam and the perspective of fatherhood through his eyes and his mind and his doing. Thanks for listening to Cozy Womb.
Hey, it's Anya Dula, and I am the host of Intercultured with Anya Dula. Intercultured with Anya Dula is a podcast that focuses on motherhood, culture, birth work, and travel. And it's just a place for women to come together to discuss our philosophies on motherhood, to discuss our work and birth work, if that's what we do, but mainly to bring women of all different cultures together so that we can talk about how we mother, how we #do motherhood, so that we can learn from one another and learn to love each other. That's really what it's all about. I hope you'll join us. Intercultured with Anya Dula podcast is available on all the major podcast stations. I hope you'll join us. Can't wait to connect.
Here we go. Back to the show. Close the door. All right. This is episode 12. This is the Cozy Womb Podcast, Black Fathers Matter, and we have Father Kaam. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
I am. I'm doing. I don't have a word for it. I have I have an icy hot patch on my shoulder. So I guess I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Right. I want to know about your aspect and your perspective on fatherhood. So you are a father of how many children?
I have one child. I have a daughter, and she is 8 years old.
And she's amazing because you're always like rooting for her.
Of course. That's my bundle of joy. It's my little sunshine.
What is your current age right now?
I'm 31.
And how do you feel?
I feel like I'm 25 physically, mentally. I feel like I'm within that 30, 35 range.
Okay, that's good. That means you got some wisdom.
A little bit, just always trying to expand on that and always become a better version of yourself day in and day out. I live by the concept 1% better each day. So just trying to continue that momentum forward.
Perfect. I wish more people would do that.
Right.
So where were you born?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois on March the 5th, 89, and the military child. My father was in the Army, so I lived in Texas. And between the age of 0 to about 5, we moved between Texas and Chicago and Mississippi and Las Vegas.
Oh wow!
So, but I was raised in Biloxi, Mississippi, though.
Okay, sit. All right. That gives you like a wide perspective on like life and different views and different cultures, I guess.
Yes, I would say that I have some sense of culture about myself.
That's good. So my first question for you is a fill in the blank. Being a dad is everything because blank.
Okay, can you repeat the question one more time?
Being a dad is everything because blank.
Being a dad is everything because it's this new sense of belonging, a new sense of existence, to understand that you have a child to provide for, to look after, and to pass on traits that can further humanity, that can further even us as African Americans or Black people, and to continue to push forward and advance that. That's exciting to me, and it's a challenge that I welcome, and I enjoy it each and every day.
That's good. That car alarm is very rude. My second question for you is, what is your favorite memory of your father growing up?
My favorite memory of my father. Well, my father and my mom, they divorced when I was about 4, 5, something around that time. So my early memories of him are very vague because I was young. And when they divorced, he moved to Vegas and we moved to Mississippi. So I only saw him, a few months out of the year. But I would say that it would be when we were in Vegas and he had a convertible, and I believe I was like maybe like 12. My sister was like 9. And, you know, we would just ride down the strip with the top down. And, you know, that was something that was fun to us because basically we were in Mississippi. You know, we're not seeing any of that. I mean, we have Biloxi. Biloxi was nothing compared to Vegas. You know, at that point in time, it was small. So, I mean, just, going to the arcades and probably going to an In-N-Out burger too. That's one of the best burgers I've ever had, and that's only on the West Coast only. So I guess those are my memories. Huh?
Even still, that's the best burger you ever had?
Yeah. Wow. Every time I go out west, I have like 2 double cheeseburgers in one setting, and then I have to eat it every day while I'm there.
Oh wow. That's a good memory. I have a memory with a convertible, and it was stifling. I couldn't catch my breath in the car because I was so small, and it just felt like too much air was coming in my face.
Too much wind was blowing out your face.
Oh my God. And my eyes were just watering. But that is very exciting for a kid to be like in a convertible for the first time.
Right.
What impression did your dad leave on you as a kid that shows up with you as a dad now?
I guess it would have to be value of savings and just strategically, you know, being good with your money, because my father, he wasn't there physically. He was there, you know, on the phone. I talked to him every day on the phone, but you know, that doesn't beat that in person, you know, time to spend with. But yeah, I would say he taught me much, I guess, on how to manage and budget and strategically move my money.
That's lifelong. That's a lifelong gem.
Right. If that's something that I could take, I would take that though, because that's very useful.
Mm-hmm. Seeing Black men eat healthy and treat their bodies well is a joy for me personally. What makes you go hard being healthy, and was it you becoming a dad, or is that something you were doing before you were a father?
No, I mean, that's a lifestyle to me, and you know, it's about longevity. And I'm the type of person to understand that we're only in human experience for only so long. Mm-hmm. You know, so at that point, you know, why not push your body to the limits? Why not mold it and sculpt it? You know, why not? You have that ability to do that. It's like also self-mastery to me, because it's more than just working out. It's therapy. And, you know, it's just very soothing. And I mean, I was doing that before Logan, but you know, after Logan came, I had her during college. So, you know, during college, your diet is whatever. Well, for me, it was drinking every night, eating pizzas and burgers and everything every day. But after she got a little older and I matured a little bit more, then that's when I really started understanding that I had to feed and fuel the machine properly with the right things to make sure that I was, you know, being able to develop that longevity as we continue to get older.
Mm-hmm. That's good. What part of your personality do you see in your daughter?
Stubbornness. Stubbornness. That is my child. If I tell her something that she doesn't like, she won't talk to me. If I have her alone, and just be mad, and I just have to keep talking to her, and then she'll eventually open up after I can bribe her with something, and you know. But she's stubborn, very headstrong little girl. That's definitely my child.
Well, now see, I'm confused, because what are you stubborn about when you like work out like you do?
I mean, you know, certain things you know that you shouldn't. You know what you're supposed to do, and you don't do them anyway. I mean, so if we want to talk about in sense of, let's say, with my daily routine, say I'm in the process of finishing up grad school, and I know that I should be mapping out my work so that I can, basically be able to float throughout the week and not wait till the last minute to do it. But I'm always being stubborn, not doing that and waiting to do it until the last day, and then I'm basically rushing and stressing myself to do it. I do it every time, and I know that I should do better, but I won't do it because I'm too stubborn to change that habit.
Okay. See, my stubbornness is in everything. Like, I have to do it the way I need to do it for me before I do it for anybody else. And then I knew when it came to like working out, I knew I was someone that I can work out by myself better because I don't like people telling me what to do. And
so you don't like being instructed.
Like, I've done,
and you want to go at your tempo. You want to use the weight that you're comfortable doing. Like, I have a client like that, and I have to. You guys take some, talking to. You have to consistently say it, But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
I remember a spinning class in New York that my friend wanted to take, and I'm just like, girl, I don't have enough booty meat for this seat. I'm not comfortable. This man is telling me to get up and bike. I don't want to. And I tried a kickboxing class. That was exhausting. My body was broken. And I'm just like, I'm too stubborn for this. I need to come to the gym when I want to go to the gym, and I need nobody to tell me what to do. So, yeah, that's always a challenge for me. How important?
I'm sorry about that. I just got bogarted. But yeah, I heard you with that spin class. Like, I tried to do a spin class one time at LA Fitness, and I lasted maybe like 30 minutes due to the seat itself. So I feel you with the seat.
It has to be comfortable. Yeah, I can't do it.
Right. And see, my fiance went and did it one time. She lasted a whole hour straight, and I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. More power to women. You guys are able to do that at a longer duration than most men. Like, I know for myself, I can't. Sorry.
My next question is, how important is it to honestly father your daughter?
Oh, it's very important. I had the same conversation with some of my friends that are early fathers or that are in the process of thinking about having kids. And, you have to be completely transparent with your kids, especially as Black parents. They have to be able to understand at a young age what the reality of it is. So you have to be completely honest with any situation, so that there's nothing. Of course, you have to word it and be able to, give it to them in the way of their understanding, but at the same time, make sure that they understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. What do you love most about your daughter?
What I love most about her is it's everything. I mean, I just can't pick one thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, from her bubbly personality to her sternness to her goofiness, to, even her inquisitiveness. She's always curious and has questions. To even her understanding that she can like more than one thing. A lot of people feel like that if they like one thing, they have to be dedicated to one single idea. And, I've helped install in her that you can like multiple things. You don't have to just only say, well, I only like this and I can't like anything else. You can like multiple activities, and still be a cool person. So, I mean, and I'm really enjoying the process. She's just growing up too fast on me though, but I'll get over that.
When you have the first one, you're just like, oh, okay, I can't wait till they can do this. And then I have 2 girls, and then you have a second one.
Yeah, 2 girls? Okay.
It's just like, oh my gosh, you just slow down, because you know what's coming. And it's just like, you can't do nothing about
How old is your oldest?
6.
She's 6? Okay, yeah, she's right around that age.
6 and 3, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely have to cherish it.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch, but then again, it's like scary because you feel like, okay, what do I need to teach them now that they're gonna need?
Right.
And am I telling them at the right time? So,
right.
I'm always
that.
battling with that.
Right.
My next question for you is, when do you feel most appreciated as a father?
I feel most appreciated, just on the simple things. She'd come give me a hug or a kiss on my cheek and just say, I love you, Daddy. Just simple stuff like that. That makes me feel good as a father, that she understands that even though her mother and I are co-parenting, that her daddy still loves her and I'm still there and I'm going to provide for her and, by all means. So just the little things.
Speaking of providing, what are 4 ways? What are 4 ways you provide to your daughter?
Financially, of course, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So even from a physical standpoint, we exercise, we work out together. We would go walking, go to the park, and doing things. Of course, right. And she'll see me doing some squats or something, and she'll follow behind me and do it. So, that's good, making sure that she's active, especially with him not being in school. Mentally, I'm always challenging her to elaborate on some thoughts that she might have or something that she says, asking more inquisitive, curious questions and getting her to express herself in a certain type of way. And financially, of course, with us co-parenting and her mainly staying with her mom, I have to pay my dues. And even outside of that, buying her clothes and things along those lines as well, just not the bare minimum of child support. You have to do more. So I understand that, and I do that as well without a problem.
I agree. I don't have nothing to say about that. Can you share some advice for a new Black father?
Yes. To new Black upcoming fathers, I would say, make sure that you're in the right headspace to understand that you have a responsibility and, to raise a child now. Regardless of what you and that mother might have going on, you guys need to, at least at the bare minimum, work on being cordial for the sake of your child. So let's first and foremost get that out of the way. Secondly, understand that your whole life is going to change as well, regardless if you're a part-time parent or not. A lot of the things that you were able to do before you were a parent will be unacceptable to do at the consistent rate that you're doing it at, or even doing it at all, period. You need to understand that when you are becoming a father, you're going to another level. So you also need to elevate your mindset and then also increase your hustle or your grind or whatnot. What you were doing, you now have to do 2 times because you have a mouth to feed. And again, this is regardless if she's in your household or not. And then also understand that this is your time to pass down traditions. If you don't have any traditions, you can create your own traditions with your child. I know a lot of our households are broken households, and we might not have that type of traditional thing to something that you've done consistently with their parent. And this is your opportunity to create that they can pass down to their kids and to your grandkids and really start to establish something as well. And lastly, always love your child, regardless of how they might come out or regardless of how they might turn out. That's in any type of way. Understand that all children are children of the Most High, of God, of the universe, or whatever you want to call it, whatever your belief is. And they are the way of the future. So you need to ensure that you are guiding them in the proper way and giving them the proper love that they need. And that's a long-winded answer. Sorry.
That's a good answer. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Let's imagine, because she's not there yet. So, if your daughter was to bring a boy to meet you, that's her boyfriend, could be in her 20s, her mid-20s.
She's in her 20s?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so she's grown. Cool.
What are the top 5 standards do you want her to check him on before you meet? So like, I can't bring you to my dad unless or until you do X, Y, Z. Like, what are those 5 things?
I mean, I am one that's going to give Logan the whole playbook when she becomes of age to start dating or talking to little boys, you know, at the teenage stage. I'm going to let her know exactly what this verbiage means. If this boy says this is what he's trying to say, or this is really what's going on. And, you know, and based off of me coaching her and giving her the playbook, I would trust her to understand that also my parents, and this is when my parenting comes into play, to make sure that I did the right thing with her growing up as well, that still the right respect and the right attributes, and, you know, to setting the standard to what you deserve if you decide to settle down with a young man at that point in your life. So at that point in time, you know, it's really on her. I would trust her judgment, regardless of really his race or anything that he might have going on. I trust her to understand her worth and the way that I treat her at this very young age, all the way until she becomes of that age to where she gets married, that this is how you're supposed to be taken care of, and this is how a man is supposed to respect a woman.
Good. So being that you said that, to be a great dad to a daughter these days, what is it that you have to make sure you pour into your daughters so they grow up to be a focused, driven woman that respects herself? Like, what is it that you see young girls missing today that you would make sure you pour into your daughters so that's not the case?
First and foremost, have to be love. And for like that, a lot of women haven't been loved on enough by their fathers. And when I say loved on, I mean just generally that daddy-daughter type of love and understanding. And, you know, you begin there. And then outside of that, you just do things to show her by example. Like when I go out and I'm training my clients in the park or whatnot, and if it's my week to have her, you know, I try to make sure that she's with me so that she can watch me train them. She can see my work and exactly what I do to make extra money on the side and be able to do the things we want to do. And, you know, she told me this morning, actually, she asked me if we were going to go train somebody because she enjoyed watching me do it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that lets me know she's paying attention to what work is and, you know, the type of things and the type of lifestyle that you can have if you work hard at it. And lastly, with making sure that she's being courted the right way, it's just a basic example of her watching me on how I interact with my fiance, regarding with how I treat her and how I would stand her. So, like, before this whole Corona thing hit, when we had Logan, I would send them both off to the nail salon to get their nails done. You know, she'd get her toes painted, get her nails painted, and get her feet rubbed and everything else to understand this is the pampering. Especially if you're doing good in school, you know, good things are rewarded, and this is how, you know, you should be taken care of.
I like that. And I like the fact that not only are you telling her things that she should do to respect herself, you're showing her what happens when a woman respects herself, what man she should have in place to, you know, reciprocate that. And you treating your fiance a certain way so she can see that example is a good thing. And you treating her mother with respect also is a great thing for her to see, because I think a lot of women now feel like they have to be in a relationship with the child's father, no matter what, no matter if the treatment is horrible, no matter if they're disrespected, for, you know, life to work. And that's not the case. And I'm not saying that it's going to make her feel like, okay, I can, you know, not aim to, you know, possibly be married, possibly in a relationship with the child's father, but it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work. And you're doing a good job at being that example for her. So that's really good.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. That definitely took some work. It's not easy. It definitely, well, it wasn't easy in the beginning, of course. But, with anything, you just have to keep working at it. And understanding communication is always going to be the key.
Yes.
And understanding, how to understand people's perspectives and giving respect. And also requesting for respect as well, so that it's a mutual understanding between both parties. My daughter's mother and I, we've known each other since high school, so it's been years in the making. And in the beginning, it was tough, but at the same time, again, it took consistent communication and understanding and levels of respect that needed to be placed there. And, it worked out for the best.
It makes a lot of people feel hopeful. It does take work. It does take work. But
right, just chiseling away. That's it.
Yeah. Once both of you get to a point where you're just like, the child is the priority, the child is the focus, everything gets so much easier. So
easier, right?
That's golden. My last question for you is, what can we all do to make you as a Black father feel more appreciated? When I say that, I'm talking about friends, family, people you're around.
I was thinking about that today because Father's Day is around the corner.
Yeah.
And someone on Instagram, they posted like a picture of like a Mother's Day gift and then a Father's Day gift. And I'm always seeing things like that around Father's Day, to where the Mother's Day gift is always crushing the Father's Day gift. There's always something small for the dad. There's something trash. Like, I just don't understand. So listen, Black folks, talking to y'all, because we think we make everything a joke. I understand that. But listen, all Black fathers, we are not like that. We're not the same. And we appreciate y'all support and love out there. It would be nice. Enough with these jokes. I understand that a lot of us didn't have our fathers in our lives. That's fine. But a lot of us coming up now, we're breaking that mold. So send us love, please, and thank you.
Yes. Be different about it. Well, I want to say thank you for sharing. You said a lot of.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you said a lot of gems, and the reason why I asked you to do this is because when we were at work, when you stopped the meeting and you was like, "Can everybody tell my daughter happy birthday?" And everybody, without question, was like, yes. And you were I said, this man loves his kid, period.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have to ask him. But I appreciate it, and I thank you for just...
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Just being that new, like, you had a father... he provided, he was in the Army, and you had a mother, and even though you grew up, in Mississippi and he lived elsewhere, you still grew up and you still made a choice and a decision to be a great father despite your upbringing, whether you liked it or not. And that is a conscious choice that not many men make, and I appreciate it. I'm sure your daughter will appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I just wish you the best. And have a happy
Thank
Father's
you so
Day.
much.
And I hope your Father's Day is great, with a great gift. Thank you guys for supporting Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan. When you listen, you support. And I just want you guys to know that I am thankful and I'm grateful. And when you listen, you support myself, you support my daughters. When you buy anything from Cozy Womb Shop, you support. And I appreciate it. You could have picked any podcast and you're here. Please visit us on Cozy Womb on Facebook, Cozy Womb Pod on IG, Cozy Womb Pod on Twitter. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you guys have another teachable day, another productive day. And you just keep things in motion. I know things feel very weird right now with this quarantine going on, but we can do it. Peace. Bye.
Bye.